So moving over to the step, it's a more interesting problem. There's all these weird gaps. So I made these wooden blocks to try. So after finishing the top floor, the vinyl planking, I'm left with these edges in two places, three places actually. In the back here, at the side door, and then also in the front by the two front seats, although that one's pretty hard to see. I got this idea from some other YouTube channel to actually take some of the floor planking and use it as a face board for the trim. So I'll put this piece, basically glue it to the edge, and then I'll put the trim on the corner edge to hide the entire gap. I'm here fretting about a little bit of cupping on the floor, but actually I designed the floor to be cupped slightly anyways, to maintain water coming in, to not let water bleed over the edges if there's a small spill. So I'm just going to take this strip of vinyl planking and I'm going to glue it to the edge. And then after that dries, I'm going to get a piece of angle trim and put it onto the corner edge. You'll see how it looks when I'm done. You can see the angle trim I'm going to use. It's actually on the screen. It's a piece of aluminum angle. It's curved on one edge and straight on the other. It's the next day and I've installed the trim. I pre-drilled the nail holes with a small drill bit and then hammered them in. It was quite easy, but I'll show you on the next one. So moving over to the step, it's a more interesting problem. There's all these weird gaps. So I made these wooden blocks to try to fill in the space, to basically hold the piece of floor planking that I'm going to use to make a face board. I'm trying to figure out how to lay these pieces of wood out so that I can then put the face board made out of vinyl planking. I have no experience doing this kind of thing, so I'm just kind of winging it here. I cut this groove on this one piece of trim in order to fit that little section that sticks out. I actually had to make this piece twice. I don't know if this is the first one or the second one, but I completely messed it up. So the piece of wood there that's leaning against the step, that's actually what I'm going to use to try to hold the face board onto that one section where I just took the block out of. There's really no good way for me to clamp that I could think of, so I made this angled piece of wood, and I had this idea that I would use some kind of leverage to push against it. It came out in the end okay, so I guess I must have done something right. So now I'm attempting to fit the blocks in. I'm gluing them in, and then I'm going to glue a piece of the vinyl planking on the front of it. I kept getting mixed up which block was which because there's a subtle difference from back to front. on how far out things stick, so I had to pick the right block for the right spot. Honestly, if Ford kind of just thought about what people do to these vans, they could really make our life a lot easier if they designed it in such a way that this kind of stuff was easier. They could probably even sell products to us, especially for these really annoying parts like the step and the foam blobs. That's a different video though. Like many things in my life, this is over-engineered. I even put like double sticky grip tape on each end of this piece of wood. I thought so it would stick to the ground and stick to the trim, or stick to the vinyl planking. It stuck really good to the vinyl planking, but it didn't stick to the concrete at all. If you have a better way of doing this, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear. And while we're on that subject, don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out. And smash the like button if you can. And watch me try to peel this off. This is too painful to watch. Let's skip forward a little bit. So here I am trying to get a little leverage against it. Probably the glue would have stuck anyways. That stuff's really strong. It's the PL Premium 3000 3X. I use that for quite a few locations in the van. It sticks XPS, it sticks vinyl, plywood, metal, paint, etc. So now I'm working on the next section, gluing in some wooden blocks, and then I'll again put a piece of vinyl planking over that. The real trick is going to be putting the angle with all these turns. I have no experience doing that. There's my wife trying to run me over. Make life exciting. So now I'm gluing the ribs where I'm going to put the next piece of vinyl plank across. The ribs are the only place where it'll actually touch. So that's the reason I'm only putting glue in those locations. And now I'm putting a bead across the exposed wood section, which is the part that's sticking out the most as far as the actual subfloor. So basically everywhere that sticks out enough, I'm going to put some glue so that all contacts will have some glue when I put this piece on. That's the slotted piece that fits into that piece of metal on the right. And I get it into place, hopefully, and then push it in. And that glue holds really well, but I've got some weights here to kind of push it, keep the pressure against it until it dries. So now I've got to cut the aluminum angle trim, and I'm using a saber saw for this. It's a little tricky because it's difficult to transition from one direction, from one part of the angle to the other part, especially since it's curved on one side. You need to make sure you're using a metal blade, of course. So cutting the first side is really easy. It's a little difficult cutting the rounded part. Which of course you can't see. And a little hacksaw to grab that little piece that wouldn't come off. And very important is you need to have a metal file.
File off any of the parts that are going to basically cause you to bleed. If you stub your toe on it, you don't want to cut yourself. So at this point, I have two of the small pieces nailed down. You can see on the upper right. And I'm working on this long piece. I actually ended up making this piece twice because I got confused about the angles and ended up making it too short. It's kind of weird because when you make an angle, generally speaking, one part of the angle has one part of the trim has an angle and the other part is straight cut. So if you think about it vertically, it's up and down, it's always straight, but the part that is going on top of the floor is actually the part that ends up needing to angle. So I think this one might be right. I'm gluing it down, I hope it's right. And so I'm using the skinny drill bit, a lot smaller than the actual size of the nail, but enough so the nail will follow the hole. And then I don't know why I'm doing this contortionist way of nailing, but it's amazing I didn't hit my hand with that. So I normally don't advise people to do two ends of something. I normally advise them to walk down the line so that you don't end up with like bubbles or that kind of problem. But for some reason, I think I decided to do it this way, where I do the two ends and then the inside. I am not nailing them all the way in to start though. I think I'm looking for problems just to make sure. I'm always worried because it's hard to do this stuff twice once you put holes in the vinyl trim. So these nails are going through the vinyl trim and then down into the plywood below. Missed one. It looks good from this angle. That one peak on the outside near my left leg, there's actually a gap there, and I couldn't figure out what to do. So far. Yeah, there's the little section I was talking about.
It's not great.
I really don't know how to do that correctly, especially with a rounded trim.
Across the front, which I don't have enough metal for now. It's very sturdy.
So now I'm working on the last piece of trim in the front. I thought I didn't have enough trim left, but it turns out that you can't go all the way to the left. It's just my floor just butts right up into it. There's just no way to run that thing that far. So I'm only going to run it to where you see. That's all going to be covered anyways, either by trim, by cabinet, by something. I won't be able to see it when I'm all done a year from now. So this piece of trim is covering something that you can really only see if you lay down on the floor on the front seat. You can kind of see it maybe when you're coming out of the front, but it's not that visible. Not saying don't do it. I'm just saying it's not as critical, especially as the front, as that step. And that's it. My trim is done.